where we left off, till in the basic syntax only. So uh, like many programming languages, Dart also performs arithmetic operations. Actually, what is an operation? It's whenever you try to evaluate an expression, let's say 2 plus 3. Here I am doing an addition operation. Understood? And it evaluates to this addition operation. The main operator we are using is this plus symbol. This one takes two inputs, 2 and 3. These two inputs, 2 and 3, are called as operands, represents the data. So once this operation is done, it will provide a result, let's say some 5. Understood? So like that, there are actually different types of operators involved in the operations. First is arithmetic operators, which generally involves addition, subtraction, and this minus symbol is used for negation also. Like let's say when you use 4 minus 3, here we are using minus symbol for subtraction. But if there is some value 5, if I keep minus in front of it, it becomes minus 5, negative value. So here I am negating the value. So this is an called as unary minus. What is this unary? See, if you see here in the plus operation, this plus operation involves two inputs, 2 and 3. As two operands are involved, it is called as a binary operator. Similarly, this subtraction also binary operator, but this negation value 5, I am doing it minus, right? So this one is involving only one expression, right? So that's why this is a unary operator, and this minus symbol used for negation is called as a unary minus or negation. So and you have star symbol used for multiplication, this front slash used for division, and this division will give floating point also, I mean decimal numbers also it will give. If you want only integer values as decimal, then you need to keep tilde in front of it in this one, so that it will give only the integer result. So percentage is the modulus operator here. Is nothing but remainder. When you do the integer division, whatever the remainder you will get, like let's say MS Paint I am opening, when you divide 5 by 2, if it is a decimal division, you will get 2.5, because 2.5 into 2 is equal to 5. So 2 into 2.5 is 5, the remainder is 0. But let's say you are doing integer division, like 2 2's 4, 1 is the remainder. So the result of 5 divided by 2 will be 2.5. 5 integer division by 2 is 2, and when you are doing integer division, what is the remainder you are getting? That is the modulus operator. One. So there is one more. These are the main concepts, and there is incremental operator and decremental operator. What is this incremental operator? Is, let's say you have an integer like this, I is equal to 3. If you increment this I plus plus, this is shortcut to I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. decrement operator I minus means this is shortcut to I equal to I minus 1. Okay. These are all the arithmetic operations. Whenever you do this operation, you will get some result, and that one you can assign to a variable like I is equal to 4 plus 5. Here there are two operators involved. Okay, plus operator is for addition, and the involved operands are 4, 5. There is assignment operator to assign a value to the left side. The operands involved are I and the result of this plus. So this complete result. The result will be 9. I and 9 are operands here. So arithmetic operators, this is the thing. There is another concept called as equality and relational operators. Those are mainly used in the conditional statements. They will the result will be either true or false. You will be checking a condition and you will get true or false values. Let's say I is equal to 3, j is equal to some 4. The first relational operator is I is greater than j. So I is greater than j, the result will be, here the result is false. Similarly, I less than j, here the result will be true from the above values because 3 is less than 4. And I greater than or equal to j, similarly I less than or equal to j, and I equal to, because single equal to is for assignment, this double equal to is for checking the equality whether I is equal to j or not, and this is not equal to. Like I not equal to j, here it is true. There is another kind of operator called as test operator. This is mainly used for checking the types of the value which the variable is holding. Let's say if you create a dynamic variable, or you want to cross check the variable data before assigning to that so that you won't get any casting error, then you can use this. Let's say I is equal to 4.5. I is double, like that we will check, will give you true. Or if you want to give the negation, I is not. Similarly, bitwise operators are there. So here the operations will be whatever the operand we provide, even if it is a decimal value or floating or anything, that will be converted to a stream of bits of ones and zeros. On top of them the operation will be applied. Let's say 2 bitwise and 3. Here what happens is 2 will be converted to bitwise, so that will be 0 0 1 0. You can see this is equivalent to 0 into 2 to the power of you can let me give 0 0 1 0, 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, into so and plus of all these things. So 0 into 2 0, plus 2 to the power of 1 into 1 2, plus 2 to 2 square 4 into 0 0, 2 cube 8, 8 into 0 0. So the total result will be 2. And 3, when you divide it with 2 ones 2 1, right? Or you can do like this: 3, 2 ones are 2, the remainder is 1, 2 zeros, the remainder is 1, 0 1 1 is the number here. So if it is 4 digits, add a 0 in front of it. Understood? So here you will do AND operation. 2 and 3. 0 and 1. The AND operation will be so if both are 1, so the AND operation, for the AND operation, the result should be 2 arguments. If both are 0, the value will be 0. If it is 1 and 0 and 0 and 1, the value is 0. If 1 and 1, then the value is 1. If both the operands are 1, then only the result will be 1. Otherwise it is 0. So in this case, 0 and 1 will be 0, 1 and 1 will be 1, 0 and 0 will be 0, 0 and 0 will be 0, 0 0 1 0. And if you convert it back, 0 0 1 0, result will be 2. So let me show that directly. So let me open the online executable .lang. Print 2 and 3. When you run this, you see the result is 2. Similarly, you can do OR operation. This is a bitwise OR. And XOR operation, it is bitwise XOR. And bitwise negation operation, not. This is bitwise left shift, and this is bitwise right shift. What is this bitwise left shift and right shift is? Let's say I have a 0 0 1 0 for 2. When I use bitwise left shift operator, I will do like this: 2. So I am shifting one value for bitwise left shift to 2. So one bit will be moved left side. So 0 0 0 0 1 0. So as I told you, one bit will be moved left side. So this 0 will come outside and excluded, and this 0 will come here, 0. This one will come here, this 0 will come here, and here as it is void we'll keep 0. So 0 0 1 0. 0 0 1 0 means 2 to the power of 0, 2 power 1, 2 square. So 4. So the value will be 2 to the power of 2 left shift 1. You see, you can see 4 here. So, and also I forgot to mention you, this plus equal to symbol is there. See, plus plus will is equivalent to I plus plus, means I is equal to I plus 1. But there is one more, I plus equal to, here let's see, if I plus equal to 5 means I is equal to I plus 5, like this. Similarly, like I plus equal to, we have minus equal to, star equal to, division equal to. Okay. Same logic applies for bitwise also. Whichever operator, XOR equal to or whatever. See, all these are bitwise. See, bitwise operators, bitwise and or XOR. These are all occurring on stream of bits ones and zeros. There is one more thing called as logical operators. Here it is logical end. Double end means a condition will be checked and the result will be either only true or false. Here in bitwise and it is operated on ones and zeros. Here it will be operated on this complete uh, I mean on the relational operators you will operate this logical operators, so that the operands will be, let's say, a, n and b. If it is a and b, the operands will be stream of bits ones and zeros. Here operands are logical operators, so they should be true or false, kind of true and true, result will be true. So consider it as true, consider it as 1, and false, consider it as 0. So you can analyze the same input. So you have logical AND, you have logical OR also. Similarly, NOT operator is common. So whichever result you have, you will just negate in front of it. Let's say a equal to a is greater than 10. This not operate. If it is false, it will convert into true. If it is true, it will convert into false. There is one operation called as conditional expression, which you have seen many times in many languages. Let's say a is equal to int a is equal to some 34, int b is equal to some 45. Okay, now you can see the warnings here. It's just telling I didn't use them at all. So let's say the conditional operator is this one, conditional expression. So here the inputs will be some condition. If it is true, statement 1 will get executed. If it is false, statement 2 will get executed. And I can use it to an assignment also. Let's say int c equal to, I want to assign this, say I want to assign either a or b to c, whichever is greater. So I can assign like this: a greater than b. If it is true, so the result will be a. If it is false, the result will be b. So whichever is higher, that will be assigned to c. Error c. Okay, let me keep everything in brace. So direct assignment is not able to do here like in other languages. So let me print it directly. Yeah. Now it is working. Maybe because of the indentations, it's not associated correctly. Not only just assignment, you can directly print also, like print a is greater, or else print v is greater. Okay, so in the next video I will explain you about loops.